In last week's video, we officially entered Georgia, our second state on the loop. If you haven't seen that one, you'll definitely want to go back and check out the warm welcome St. Mary's gave us. This week, we explore Cumberland Island before racing to safety as we outrun a storm crossing the U.S. Georgia certainly gives us a run for our money.
Oh man, we gotta be there Friday, really. Saturday looks like it's gonna be gusting.
Gotta get back to Georgia. Gotta get back. Gotta get back. Gotta get back before you've been gone too long.
Feels good to be back on the dinghy life.
Yeah. Taking Ripley in. Easy cruise. Not much to say about it, on the shorter side. Yeah, let's check out Cumberland. Oh, okay, she's got zoomies. No swimming.
Taking herself for a swim.
Don't you dare, don't you dare. Evan found some hooves. Hoof marks, I mean. I had no idea. How are there... I didn't know there were armadillos on this island.
My gosh.
Ripley! Oh my god, Ripley, come here! No! Ripley! Oh, your freaking paws. Well, we are in mourning this morning because we are leaving Cumberland Island without seeing any horses. We did our best to find them yesterday. We dinghied 10 miles round trip. We walked nearly 4 or 5 miles, 3 or 4 miles, I don't know. We saw a lot of armadillo, saw a deer, saw some dolphin, but it's time to leave. Last night was rough. It was thunderstorming like crazy.
Yeah, we need to look and see how many inches. It's the most water we've had in our dinghy
Ever. Yeah, I'll insert the clip here. It poured raining all night long. Thunderstorming, just insane. I'm pulling in the dinghy. It's time to see the damage on how full it is. Holy crap. Oh my god. It's never been that full before. Holy moly. Yeah, it was pretty crazy thunderstorms, but our anchor held strong. She did amazing. We're feeling good about that. We were totally safe, but it just, not a great night of sleep. Today we are headed to Jekyll Island. We are going to be staying at least one night at the Jekyll Harbor Marina because we had to have a package sent there to complete our electric system.
Let's go, baby. Here is our anchored track from last night. We kind of swung back and forth a little bit. We didn't make one full rotation, but
yeah,
pretty good.
We did good. Well, we got the anchor pulled up, and yeah, she was in there good, so that's a good feeling. But one thing about Georgia that's new for us is we are now in the land of sounds instead of inlets. And you can certainly feel it because it's a lot more swelly as we are getting closer to that sound. It's hard to show the swells with the camera, that just doesn't pick up on it. But the boat is definitely nosediving a little bit, so just a little different.
Oh, look at that.
Unfazed. That got a little sporty there for a second, or at least for us. I don't know. I get a little nervous on how we can handle bigger swells and waves. Just makes me nervous when our whole boat is rocking a lot. I know they're built for this. I know they're built to handle it, but I don't think it would be normal if I wasn't a little anxious about it, but I'll probably get back to the helm now. After a quick evening of exploring all that we could on Jekyll Island, we decided that with a storm on the horizon, we'd keep moving forward. After a quick night on Jekyll Island at the Jekyll Harbor Marina, we are making a quick cruise to St. Simon's. Neither Evan and I have been there. It seems like there's a decent anchorage by the Morningstar Marina, and then there's like a local park that we can take the dinghy to. So gonna save some money and anchor there. We gotta figure out what our plans are the next couple days because it seems that there's a storm coming. So in that case, we want to get hunkered down somewhere. But I am in shorts and a t-shirt. It feels so good. We've had insane rain lately. It's been cold. But we are driving up here and I'm like, I'm sweating. I gotta go change. So couldn't ask for a better afternoon right now. We just got done cruising through a pretty narrow passage, and it also is pretty much dead low tide right now, so we didn't time that perfectly, but the water is stunning right now, and we made it through that narrow spot, and we're on our way.
We just had a beautiful Tuesday afternoon after work cruise, 2 hours, 8 nautical miles, sitting on anchor, flat seas, sun is out, I got shorts and a t-shirt on. The only downside is it's a little buggy right here. So we're actually putting the screens to work for the first time. This one is on, so keeping the bugs out but still have a breeze. Ripley is exhausted from today's cruise. She's all snuggled up on the pillow. Carly's been working on her junk journal. We just collect things from each little town we go to, and kind of like a scrapbook vibe, but much more boat friendly. You don't need all the stickers and big binders.
You just use what you find.
Yes.
Later that night, we hopped on a call with Josh and Haley to strategize the best plan forward through Georgia. We decided we'd barrel down and cruise each day before work at sunrise, then again after work at sunset, in order to reach Savannah by the weekend.
Because even if we can get in, but just by guessing here, this is just, I don't hate the weatherman here, but I'm just looking at the wind.
We appreciate you, weatherman.
I'm trying. If we get in, oh man, we got to be there Friday, really. Saturday looks like it's going to be gusting.
All day on Saturday?
Yeah, it starts picking up at 7:30, and then it says wind gusts could be low 20s by the afternoon. It looks like you're in the high 20s, low 30s, and then all night, all morning Sunday is 30, 35s, and then it starts tailing off.
Well, the question is
where to go tomorrow night.
what is 8 miles north of the fort, basically, is probably what we're gonna
We
looking
could go farther than that.
All right.
I want to go, like,
We have 3, I think we would have like 3 solid hours of sunlight tomorrow. If we, 4 to 7 p.m.
Hear me out. Here's the crazy thought.
oh boy.
We don't stop at the fort. We go by the fort. We see it. And then we just keep going.
To where?
I don't know.
We're just keep swimming, Good morning. It is early. The sun isn't even up yet. We've already been to land. Took Ripley to the bathroom. As you can hear, maybe by the vibrations, the engine is on, warming up. We're gonna pull anchor and head out for the morning. Get about 2 hours in before the workday starts, and with the goal of getting to Savannah by this weekend. The reason we are on the move through Georgia, there's some weather coming, and safety's first on the water, especially with the wind. We don't love to sleep in crazy weather, so we're gonna try and get to a marina for that storm and be safe in there. So
Beautiful morning, eh?
nice morning. Just a bit brisk, but that's a good thing.
It is a bit brisk.
We got another boat right behind us.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Ripley's all snuggled up. I know. It's an early morning for you.
Part of the morning routine has become weather watching, weather predictions, forecasts, map reading, different models and tables. And currently I'm watching YouTube. His name is Max Velocity. Josh and Haley actually introduced us to him, and here I am this morning watching him before work to see what's coming.
Well, we got anchored up for the workday at Fort Frederica, and let's just say we were a little underwhelmed with the fort itself. In our opinion, it's not worth making a stop to unless you're quite the history buff, which we aren't exactly. Several hours later, it was time to head north yet again. Can I go forward a tad? We are off again. We are headed to, we're really not 100% sure because we have a couple anchor options. We just anchored near Fort Frederica for the day. We worked, not gonna lie, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but pretty underwhelmed by the fort.
I think we still had like the St. Augustine one in our head, not realizing the scale of this one. One's British, one's Spanish.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I'm glad that
I
we...
love the area. It's quiet back here, deep Anchorage.
Yeah, very quiet, very calm. I'm glad that we only plan to be here for the day. But yeah, we're gonna head about 2 to 3 hours north, and we have a couple Anchorage options depending on the sunlight and what we feel comfortable with the dogs and whatnot. We got Josh and Haley, SV Slacker, behind us. We are in the lead right now because we are in a rising tide. We have a shorter draft than them, so we're kind of taking one for the team. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I'm really loving the Georgia marshes. I'm not loving the Georgia tides, but it's really, really beautiful.
Look at this one palm tree.
I did notice that.
That's funny.
That old southeast Georgia, red clay dirt is ground into my jeans.
This is something you don't see every day. There's a big ship coming into the ICW, into the channel. I don't know what it is, but it is quite large.
The farther north we get, the more pollen I'm seeing sticking to all the screens, solar panels. You can just feel it. I think my allergies are just gonna start acting up, so.
And that old Georgia sun keeps burning down all the way to my soul.
What a day it has been. We got up early. We did almost 10 miles this morning. We worked a full day, and then we just finished 19 miles. We got our anchor down. I'm gonna cover up our flag so it's not too noisy tonight. And we did it just in time. Check out the last bit of light of the day. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but I think we're gonna go for the same goal of getting up in the morning, doing at least an hour and a half cruise, and then doing as far as we can tomorrow night, because there's a storm coming, and we really want to be safe and hunker down in Savannah by the time it gets here on Saturday morning. High winds are coming, so it's all an adventure.
Good morning. It's Thursday, 6 a.m. The moon's up and the sun at the same time. Moon. Sunrise. Carly's getting the anchor prepped.
We're exhausted, but we're doing the same thing we did yesterday.
Same thing as yesterday, motor a little bit before work and motor a little bit after work. And then we should be in Savannah by Friday afternoon.
I can do it. I got this on and off.
That's good. So we have a really nice like shackle that connects to the chain in our bridle that we got on Facebook Marketplace, and it was brand new. So the rubber that wraps around and hooks so it doesn't fall off the chain in the middle of the night or whatever was super stubborn. It just hadn't ever been used, so it was not stretched. It was, you know, super firm, more like a piece of plastic. Now that we've used it, you know, a dozen times or more, Carly's able to do it on and off, so that saves me having to go down, undo it, using pliers or whatever. So first step, gotta start Nebo.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah. So one thing about our windlass, you might be able to hear it. It works well, knock on wood, but we need to pull the chain straight up. It's not meant or strong enough to like pull the boat with it. So we bump it in forward, take the slack out of the chain, and just keep doing it. And and I just checked, like normal fashion, something always happens on the boat. Our green navigation light is not working, only our red this morning. Good thing we have a battery one we can throw on for now. Harley does a great job. It's definitely the harder part is anchoring down there versus driving, so.
Alright, we're out.
Send it.
Yeah, I gotta get a little mud off.
Ripley is napping right behind her, snuggled up. And not just cruisers have bad days, but also commercial fishermen. Getting pulled by a tug.
That's a big fishing boat. Where to begin? Well, it's been a day. We have not updated since before we anchored this morning. We were making good time, so we changed plans. Like, that seems to be a recurring theme. But we did anchor in the middle of the day, only for about, what would you say, 3 or 4 hours? Not the full day, because it started to get a little rolly where we were, and it wasn't great for taking Ripley to the bathroom. It was like oyster beds and whatnot, so I just took the helm. Evan finished working and we started going, and here we are again. We had an original plan to anchor somewhere, but we were making good time, so we said let's keep going. And now we're going full send through Hell's Gate, which we had no intentions of doing today. But the tide is looking good. We have about 45 minutes left of daylight before the sun sets, and then you have a little bit more even after it sets. But we're changing plans, we're adapting, and that's where we're at.
I'm going to take a second to explain what Hell's Gate is. It is just a very narrow cut as you are heading north through Georgia. The exact sound is when you go through Ogeechee River and Little Ogeechee River. So they connect each other, and it's very narrow. It can get down to 4 feet during low tide, I believe. So a lot of boats have to wait for high tide to fit through there. If you have a small enough draft, you could do it, but it is definitely tricky. So I think, like everything, you just gotta hit it with a little speed, keep it straight. No, but actually boating typically slower is better, so we will film going through that, but that is the adventure for this evening. Carly is prepping dinner, and this is what she has: a snack of goldfish, and we're gonna grill some walleye, or actually we're gonna fry it.
Yeah.
Fry some walleye.
Keeping it between the navigational beacons. That's Evan's favorite saying.
It's a good night down in Georgia. Down in Georgia.
We had a great night of sleep here in this Anchorage, and we worked for the morning. I got our YouTube video uploaded. The one that I just uploaded is St. Augustine to Fernandina Beach. If you haven't watched that one, go back and check it out. But here we go. Do you remember what I said yesterday about the crab pots?
That we need to take one and get the crabs out.
No. I said,
No, that is very wrong. You should not do that.
I said they're really annoying,
but they're like landmines.
What do we deserve from navigating?
Carly thinks we should go get a crab dinner. Fancy, since we've been avoiding all of these, that we've earned one. They are everywhere,
They're
even in the
everywhere.
channel. Yeah, that's probably the craziest part of this stretch, is looking out for the buoys. They could be red, they could be white, they could be blue.
It's kind of hard to see, but there's one. They're all over. You can't see because they're so tiny, which also is what makes it so difficult. Ugh, but I'm sick of them.
It is a sunny. It's a sunny Friday afternoon. I sneeze every time I look at the sun. And today's cruising chore is to clean the solar panels.
After Evan cleaned the panels and a quick afternoon cruise, we finally made it to Savannah after a long week. We hunkered down in Thunderbolt Marina, which we're excited to tell you more about in next week's video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Love you. Bye.
It's a good night down in Georgia. Down in Georgia.